going on, everybody? What's going on, Scott? I am just updating my spreadsheet, so I can drop the player list into into the break. So we'll get started in 1 second. All right, let's get this thing underway. I'm gonna drop in the list of who owns who. We have some teams that weren't purchased today that I'm gonna make available for everybody. Let me drop that list in. So if anybody's interested in picking up some more spots, we had 19 total teams that were not purchased in the auctions tonight. It includes all of those teams as well as Western Kentucky. So if anybody wants to add anything else, those 19 teams are available for $25 total. So a little bit of a discount from the price that they would have sold for on eBay. We have a little college basketball on in the background. College basketball is crazy. Number 1, number 2, and number 3 all going to lose between Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. Little shuffle up top. Oh, man. All right, we have our boxes here and ready. Scott, I'm doing them all. Oh, let's see. Scott says Duke, Missouri, Purdue, Texas A&M, and OK State for you to remember. So Scott chasing those guys. All right. Let me know if we want to go with the hobby box first or the Sapphire box first. Well, I give everybody a chance to see if they want to pick up any additional spots. What's going on, Vin? How are you? Scott saying we'll start with the Sapphire. Scott wants to go with the big one first. All right, let me just grab my box cutter, and we will start with the Sapphire. There's my box cutter. Vin, we are going college football first today, like we did last Wednesday. Let me just check to see how many people are in the live. Looks like we have 8 people on. All right. That seems like enough. It's probably roughly the number of people that, let's see, that purchased teams in this one. Let's see, Michael lost Michigan last second. Man, they're there are a lot of Michigan players that we that can get pulled out of this. That's a rough one, especially right after they win the national championship. Yeah, a lot of from what I remember of the last one, a lot of Clemson players, a lot of LSU players, a lot of Ohio State, a lot of Michigan. Nice, jumped in for some Jackson Dart, some Ole Miss players. Let's see. You want to see what you lost? All right, guys, we are gonna get underway. I'll just drop that information in one more time for anybody who is joining. Second, Chris. What's going on, Chris? Welcome. All right, if anybody's interested in picking up any additional spots, we had 19 total teams left over. I had originally offered those for $25. If anybody wants to pick up all 19 for $19, I'll drop it to $1 a spot. And we'll get ourselves started going with the big gun first with the Sapphire. The last Sapphire we opened, although it only says there are guaranteed 2 Sapphire refractors per box. We pulled 3 Sapphires and an autograph, which from what I heard from people, it seems like that might be more the rule than the exception. So we'll see if we can make that happen again. All right, we got the Kansas UCF game over with Kansas winning. Let me just switch that game off, and then we'll start. And the UCF, their first game in the Big 12 against Kansas, beating them. That's welcome to the Big 12. If we have any Butler or Marquette fans, we got the we're going to have the Butler Marquette game on as soon as the A10 game ends. OU is in this time. I didn't have them in the spreadsheet, but they were they were listed this time in purchase. So fixed that hiccup from last time after I left OU off the list. Brian here to see some Hokies get pulled. Let me just put the keyboard aside. Chris grabbing for 19. Chris, you got it? So Chris taking all the leftovers and getting it even more involved in some college football breaking. Let me just note that in the spreadsheet. I didn't pull a drones last time. I'm not sure if he's in the checklist and I just didn't have him, or just didn't pull him last time. All right, now we're officially ready to go. Hoping that we get as big a Sapphire box as we had last time. Like I said, we had 3 parallels and an orange shimmer auto. The orange shimmer auto was Jordan Arnold, who appears to be the starting quarterback next year for Oklahoma. So that was his first. And getting underway. Good luck to everybody. We are starting off with a Sapphire Logan Diggs for LSU. Looks like we're going to get purple in the first pack. It's going to be a first, and it looks like maybe an OSU hat. Definitely an OSU helmet. It's Emeka Egbuka, the purple Sapphire, and that is numbered 1 of 10. So off to a real nice start. Kendall Milton and Dane Key. I'm going to just go ahead and sleeve all of these Sapphire cards. So we have UK, Georgia, LSU, and a real nice start for one of those big receivers for Ohio State getting on the board right off the bat. Emeka Egbuka. Never bad to start with a card numbered to 10. All right, another Emeka Egbuka. And there's a Jackson Dart. Who said they were here looking for Jackson Darts? Was that Vin? Vin, there you go. Jackson Dart Sapphire. Got you a parallel. Brian Thomas and Cooper DeJean. So Iowa, another LSU hit. Another Ohio State hit. And Jackson Dart getting himself on the board for Vin. Vin, why were you chasing Jackson Dart? Besides him being a good quarterback. Looks like orange to 25 coming up. Oh, is that going to be a Sapphire Selections? That could be an auto. We have a Nick Singleton for Penn State. Here is another auto. And it is Drew Aller, Penn State QB. That is numbered 14 of 25. So another autograph coming out of the Sapphire box. Numbered to 25 again, Connor Colby, and player of the game in the national championship game, J.J. McCarthy. Looks like he will probably be a first-round pick now. McCarthy going into the draft this year. We are off to a very nice start. Drew Aller will be back at Penn State next year, as far as I'm aware, but will probably be an early pick at some point in the NFL draft. Just Grant Wells for the Hokies in this checklist. Xavier Worthy. Kobe Prentice, and that is gold. Gold Sapphire for wide receiver for Alabama, Kobe Prentice. Malachi, that's definitely how you pronounce it. Malachi Sparks and Winston Wright. FSU, Georgia, Alabama getting gold. So that left pile was absolutely stacked. Number to 10, number to 50, and number to 25 hits. These Sapphire boxes are absolutely packed with hits. So 2 parallels, and here comes another maybe. Jatavian Sanders, tight end for Texas. Washington getting a Jalen McMillan, wide receiver first, looks yellow, and it is 37 of 75. Will Johnson on the board for Michigan, and Dalen Everett for Georgia. For anyone who wants to root along with me, I have Marquette minus 6.5 parlayed with Marquette over 83.5 as my 9 o'clock bet of the night. 10 p.m. for draft. Yep. Is this? No, that's the wrong side of the card. All right, we have a Rutgers Kyle Mananji, and we have a second autograph. These boxes are crazy. Clemson safety Andrew Makuba base auto, so 2 autos out of the Sapphire box. Johnny Wilson and Bo Collins. I don't know what these boxes are going for now. I was able to grab the 2 that I got off of eBay for $250 each. I saw them as buy it nows and immediately just hit it. But guaranteed 2 parallels, and the 2 boxes that we've opened now, we've got 1 autograph and 3 parallels, and 2 autographs and 3 parallels. So Top's doing a little under promise over deliver with Bowman U Sapphire for its first time ever release. We have an Olu Fashanu for Penn State. Oklahoma State getting a Brandon Innes, another wide receiver hit for OK State. Arizona State getting an Elijah Badger, and wide receiver for Arizona, Teteroa McMillan. Anybody knows if I pronounced that even close to right? Let me know in the chat. Arizona State, Ohio State, and Penn State getting Sapphire hits. And final pack of my currently final Sapphire box that I have here. Starting off with a Brady Cook for Mizzou. QB getting a hit for Mizzou. Alabama getting a Roydell Williams on the day that Nick Saban announces his retirement. A little bit of a shocker there. Did not see that coming that quickly. Linebacker Jaheed Campbell for Alabama. And Riley Duke for Duke. Riley Leonard for Duke. Let's get that one in a top loader. First quarterback hit. We'll get that top loaded. We'll do the same thing for Brady Cook and Mizzou. And we'll switch it over to the hobby box. So a lot of action out of those Sapphire boxes. It'll be a little slower going now out of the hobby box. Let's see, Scott, what'd you get? You said you had Duke, right? So you got that last pack. You got your quarterbacks for Duke and Mizzou. And OK State, or no, Oklahoma State. So a nice save in that last box for you, Scott. And now let's see what we could add out of the hobby box. How'd the leftover lot go, Chris? Any big hits there? Don't see anything. Quick scan. Just those two. So a nice last pack save for you. All right. Shifting over to the hobby box. We have the empty box. And we are underway. Yeah, definitely no complaint about hitting 2 first QB cards in Sapphires. These cards seem to be selling pretty well. I looked at the Jackson Arnold's base Sapphire, and that was going for over $10. So not bad for a guy who's only played 1 game as a starter. All right, we have some New York City car action in the background. And starting off the hobby box, Isaiah Williams, Walker Howard, some more Ole Miss quarterbacks there. Dallas Turner on the insert. And Marvin Harrison Jr., the Ohio State wide receiver that we were waiting for on the board. Carson Beck, Georgia QB. Jawar Jordan. We have I think we were saying this was called a hyper prism or hyper refractor. Houston Cougars starting quarterback, Donovan Smith, or quarterback. And Casey Thompson, FAU quarterback. We'll sleeve up that first hyper hit for Houston, I think. Was Houston on that list for Chris? Houston was not. Let's see. Wait. Were they? I guess there must have been a little bit of lag on the list that I uploaded on the side because Houston looks like they were purchased, but they're showing as an X on the side scroll. I did run this about, like usual, about 10 minutes before the break started, so maybe there was a little lag on eBay's reporting upload. All right, we have Chris Hilton Jr. for LSU, Cal with Jeremiah Hunter, Javon Bullard, safety for Georgia, and Will Johnson, cornerback for Michigan. We'll sleeve up all of our firsts, which is a good portion of the cards in this break. Antonio Williams for Clemson. Looks like maybe gold in back here, or maybe just a refractor, and the team is gold. Donovan Ezariaku for BC. Maybe it is okay. So a refractor for Notre Dame. Audric Estime, not numbered on the refractor, and Ruben Owens in his shades and his beanie for Texas A&M. Robbie Ashford on the board for Auburn. Jackson Cowing, wide receiver on the board for Arizona. Ramblin' Man insert of Jalen Wright for Tennessee. And Marshawn Lloyd, USC running back. And last pack of the first stack. We have a Kobe Prentice for Alabama. Christopher Vezina, quarterback for Clemson. Guessing he probably still has at least another year on the bench behind Cade Klubnik unless there were some transferring things going on. We have an autograph for LSU. It's Malik Neighbors, wide receiver, getting the base auto, which I believe is 2 chrome autos. So one of the 2 autos that will hit out of that. And AJ Swan for Vandy. So LSU getting our first of 2 autographs, and 2 autographs guaranteed in this break. It looks like we'll end up with 4 autographs. Let's see, does that fit on the screen? Yes, it does. And LSU certainly get a lot of cards in this one. Love to see some Shadur Sanders, although Washington already having a nice hit with that yellow Sapphire. Tyler Van Dyke for Miami. Ja'Cory Brooks for Alabama. Drew Pine for Arizona State. And Will Shepard for Vandy. Let's get some more Duke on the board for Scott. Looks like some color coming up here. Matthew Golden for Houston. Mason Smith for LSU. It is a Jaden Bray for... Is that one of Scott's? Did you say you had Oklahoma State? Green Jaden Bray on the board with a Jaron Dickey as well. That is 34 of 99 on the OK State wide receiver hit. Let me open some more some more top loaders. There we go. So we got Scott with 3 pretty nice hits now. I like the look of the green refractor on this Bowman U design, and I'm curious. I didn't look to see what the Bowman Chrome design is. I mean, what the Bowman 2024 design is. I'm pretty sure they released the images when they released when they made the announcement of the release date. But I'm curious to see if this is the design that they're going to carry over then to 2024 Bowman baseball. Mizzou getting another Jake Garcia. Malik Neighbors adding to his base auto. KJ Jefferson, QB refractor on the board for Arkansas. And Cade Stover, tight end for Ohio State. Johnny Wilson, wide receiver for Florida State. Cam Campers for Indiana. Ty Simpson for Alabama. And Brandon Innes. That is a really cool looking card for Brandon Innes. In front of it looks like an Ohio State graffiti on a brick wall. Oop, I don't know why I just top-loaded that. Indiana, Florida State, and more hits for Alabama. Ton of Alabama cards. Looks like an insert coming up, I think. We have a Rashad Dubinion for Arkansas. Jaden Ott for Cal. Drake May on the Unexpected Delights Early Risers. Should be a pretty early pick this year. And Joe Alt for Notre Dame. Is May projected top 5 at this point? Let's see. Darren took Oklahoma State because you didn't see OU. Let me see. Houston hasn't been paid for yet. That's why they didn't show up in the scroll. And let me just see what's going on with the Oklahoma situation for you guys. I have Josh Callis has Oklahoma, and I have Darren has Oklahoma State. So Scott, let's see, Scott, I have you with Duke, Missouri, Oregon State, Purdue, and Texas A&M. So no Oklahoma State. Just double check your eBay order just to make sure that that looks right on your side as well. But I see Darren having OK State. All right, Dallas Turner. Nice. All right, good. Glad that was an easy resolution. Walker Howard, Kansas State quarterback, getting a blue refractor. That's numbered 101 of 199. Nice hit there for K-State. Will Rogers on the insert. And behind that, Dallin Hayden, running back for Ohio State. So lots of Ohio State cards coming out. As you would expect. I think that's our first K-State hit, and a nice one for them. The first quarterback. Blue refractor. Let's see. Remove that. Actually, let's do this. Let's put the Makaba there and the Walker Howard behind it. Dominic Lovett. Jalen Daniels, QB for Kansas. What do we have here? A shimmer of Kyle Mananji, non-numbered, and Kyle McCord, first QB, now with Syracuse. But that one will go to his owner with the Ohio State spot. And back-to-back breaks, we got a Mananji refractor. Last time it was fuchsia. This time it's a base shimmer. More LSU, Brian Thomas Jr., Jafari Harvey. We have an insert of Jatavian Sanders, Ramblin' Man for Texas, and Solomon J. Shields, linebacker for Pitt. Caleb Downs, more Alabama, and more Alabama, Eli Holstein. Drake May getting on the board for the second time. I was wondering if that was red based on the different colored backgrounds. And Jackson Arnold on the board for Oklahoma. So 2 Drake Mays on the board now for, let's see, Scott said 4th pick in a lot of mock drafts. So two Drakes on the board there. Looks like another hyper refractor coming up. Hunter Deckers for Iowa State. Tavion Robinson for Kentucky. A hit for LSU, Mason Taylor, the tight end, and Tyler Nubin for Minnesota. Let's see, it looks like 8 packs left, and we should have one more auto left. Refractor coming up here. Connor Colby and Cooper DeJean for Iowa. Jacoby Windman, linebacker for Michigan State with the non-numbered refractor. And Dante Moore, UCLA, getting a hit for their quarterback. All right, we have a Mason Taylor again, tight end for LSU. Donovan Edwards, Michigan. Jackson Arnold, Big Kahuna insert, and Blake Corum, who I still say should have been the MVP of the Rose Bowl, but quarterback's got to get every award nowadays. Caleb Johnson for another hit for Iowa. A lot of hits for Iowa in this one. Phil Mafa. Ryan O'Keefe, wide receiver for Boston College. And Bo Nix. We pulled a Bo Nix auto last break. Today, getting just a base Bo Nix. Got some sirens in the background. Hopefully that means a nice big hit in the auto coming up. Nice hit on the Kahuna insert. Are they tough to hit? That was the first one that I've seen. We have a Torrey Horton, Colorado State wide receiver. Smael Mondin Jr. for Georgia. Oscar Delp, tight end for Georgia. And Tyreek Chappell for Texas A&M. Let's see. Doesn't look like it's numbered. Oh, it's a case hit. All right. In that case, let's get that top loaded. This is only the second box of Bowman U I've opened, so glad they gave me a case hit in one of the 2 they sent me. We have a Blake Shappen for Baylor. Shaz Preston for Alabama. There's our first Shadar Sanders, the Unexpected Delights Early Risers insert, and a Dylan Gabriel for OU. Top load our guy Shador. I think we hit that same card in the first break. see, we got 3 more packs to hit our last auto. Looks like we might have a purple in the auto spot here. I'm going to put this pack down and keep it for the end. I'm guessing that might be our last auto. All right, we have a Malachi Starks for Georgia. Audric Estime for Notre Dame. Michael Pratt for Tulane, QB on the insert. And Michael Hall Jr. More Ohio State cards. Kahuna hits in the one school you couldn't buy. Wait, the one. Oh no, Oklahoma was Oklahoma was posted this time. It was purchased by somebody. Let me see. I just didn't have them on the side scroll because of the way that the spreadsheet was set up. So Oklahoma was purchased by Josh Callis, who also had Notre Dame and just got that Ramblin' Man insert as well. All right, we have an Emmett Moorhead. Looks like we have a refractor coming up in the back. So BC getting a quarterback. Minari Baldwin for Baylor. Oh, it's a refractor for Georgia, and it's the auto, and it's a Smael Mondin Jr. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Very interesting autograph. Gets a little smiley face, the number 2, and his initials on that auto. And Parrish Jones, running back for Virginia. So Georgia getting our final auto, and I guess that purple is probably just going to be a regular purple refractor then. All right, let's see our final pack. Tashawn Ward, running back for K-State. Corey Kiner, running back for Cincy. Let's go to the back. Caleb Williams getting on the board in the last pack. And the purple is a first, and it is Rashawn Dubinion, running back for Arkansas. All right, let me sleeve this up, and then we will recap all of the breaks for all of the hits from this break. Thanks again, everybody, for joining in on some college football fun. That was all of the Sapphire boxes I had, and all of the hobby boxes I had. So I think that's likely with the end of the season going to be the last time I run one of those breaks. I will definitely be looking into getting some college basketball Bowman U. I don't know if everybody saw today, but Fanatics officially signed LeBron to an autograph deal. So they have LeBron and Bronny dual autos. At least a 101, which is in the checklist that was just posted, and it appears that they're on card, which is interesting because I don't think that any Bowman U card has ever had an on card auto yet. So getting that on card would be a pretty big move by Fanatics. All right, recapping: Caleb Williams getting a base, Rashad Dubinion getting the purple, numbered 383 of 399. Smael Mondin Jr. getting the refractor auto. That's numbered, number 63 of 499. Shedeur Sanders on the insert. Jackson Arnold on the Big Kahuna case hit. Mason Taylor on the hyper. Kyle Mananji on the shimmer. KJ Jefferson on the refractor. Donovan Smith hyper. Marvin Harrison Jr. on the base. Brady Cook and Riley Leonard are Sapphire QB hits there. And going to the back, starting with the Malik Neighbors base auto. Will Howard getting the blue refractor, numbered 101 of 199 for the K-State first QB. One of our 2 autos out of the Sapphire box, Andrew Makuba from Clemson with the base Sapphire auto. Let me just make sure that's not numbered. No. Then to the yellow, Jalen McMillan for Washington. That's number 37 of 75 on the yellow Sapphire. Jaden Bray, wide receiver for OK State, number 34 of 99 on the green refractor. And our big hits, Alabama getting a big one, number 2 of 50 on the Kobe Prentice Gold Sapphire refractor. Out of the first pack, the Emeka Egbuka, numbered 1 of 10 purple Sapphire parallel. And I would say this has got to be the hit of the break. Penn State, Drew Aller, Sapphire Selections auto, numbered 14 of 25 on the orange Sapphire Selections. I'm going to call that our hit of the break. All right, guys, thanks again for joining this break. I'm going to sign off for the next 15 minutes and try and run the list, I should say, for the Bowman draft break. And then we will be ripping the Bowman draft boxes starting at 10 o'clock. So anybody who's going to be in that break, we'll see you right back here in 15 minutes. And thanks, everybody who joined break number 1 of the night.